Today is the day. Finally, after 4+ years of waiting, we're going to be seeing the first deliveries of the Cybertruck. Now, I've clearly spent more brain cycles over the last 4 years than I probably should have in regards to the Cybertruck. But it really caught my imagination when it was first unveiled 4 years ago, and I've been saving for it and eagerly anticipating and making various other plans to be able to get this Cybertruck for a long time, those 4 years. And so to be able to see all of the stats today, all the specifications and the pricing and everything, is really going to just make me feel so much better to finally know the answers to some of these burning questions that I've been having. The speculation around the Cybertruck has just been running rampant for all these years. Tesla has kept their cards tight to their chest, and they're just the rumors and the little leaks that people just go and run with. I don't know how much of it's just for clicks or it's excitement or what, but a lot of it I'm just like, guys, let's just wait until we know what the final stats will be, and we'll finally know that today. So right now, I am driving in my Tesla Model S up to the Tesla showroom in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is actually the exact same Tesla showroom that I went to a watch party at to watch the Cybertruck unveiling those many 4 years ago. So it's going to be kind of fun to go full circle and be here again to see the next broadcast regarding this truck. And there I'm getting together with a group of other Tesla enthusiasts, and we're going to watch the broadcast together of the delivery event. So I'll show you a little bit of what that looks like, and then my impressions afterwards and thoughts around what we find out. My number one concern, that is one of the rumors that I've been hearing, is that they've done away with the 6-seater option. Now, I recognize that all the initial trucks that we've seen for a while have all had only 5 seats. I'm just really holding on to hope that they will offer a 6-seat option, because obviously my family has 6 people in it. As a side note, I'm going to go ahead and predict that the Cybertruck will cost more than it was originally announced to be. A lot of things have changed in the world, most importantly inflation. I actually looked up the CPI inflation calculator, and the Cybertruck, the tri-motor Cybertruck, was going to be $69,900, and after adjusting for inflation just since the unveiling, the resulting price would now be $83,000 and some change. I'll put on screen what it was. That's a significant difference just due to inflation. That being said, I'm hopeful that Tesla has been riding the downward cost curve of their battery production, and maybe figured out some other things, and I'm hopeful that the price doesn't go up that amount plus more. So I'm going to go ahead and speculate that all of the trim levels will probably go up $10,000 each. So before they were basically 40, 50, and 70,000. So they're now going to be 50, 60, and 80,000. We'll find out. There's a supercharger at this showroom floor, so I figured I might as well get some free juice. I'm going to go in and see what's going on.
When I worked in service.
We have a car here that experts said was impossible, that experts said would never be made. Finally, the future will look like the future.
Oh, it's just a baseball.
Can you hear it first?
We're done with the delivery event and now know at least some of the details, not as many as I had hoped. In general, the pricing is higher than I thought it would be. The long-range version, the one that's all-wheel drive, that's the one that I will go with for sure, for $80,000. But I really need more range, so I'm going to have to get whatever the range extender means. So I assume it's just a larger battery, and we don't know what the price of that will be yet. So anyway, I'm going to go back to my office and scrutinize the specifications a little bit more and kind of give you my main takeaway. But the information from this delivery event was very underwhelming, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. It was fun to be able to watch the delivery event with other Tesla enthusiasts around me, and we chatted for a while about a bunch of different things, and it was good to hear other people's perspective. My number one thing that I'm upset about is that they are not offering a 6-seater version according to what this website is showing. So I'm going to have to try to figure that out. Can I maybe remove the center console and put my own jump seat in there, third party or something? I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. So I'm going going to head back to my office now and look at the final specifications. The pricing ended up being higher than I expected, and then there's this option for range extender and whatnot. So I'm going to go summarize it and tell you what my final thoughts were. Well, I'm not going to lie, the presentation was a bit of a letdown and had far fewer details or explanations than I was hoping for. It was mostly a sales and hype demonstration. The most important question I had was whether I would be able to fit my family of 6 in it, and Elon didn't even talk about seating. However, they have updated their website and it only seats 5, unfortunately. I am now going to have to embark on researching options such as removing the center console and putting in an aftermarket jump seat, which I was hoping to not have to do. If any of you have any better ideas, I'm all ears. I was also surprised that Elon completely left out any mention of trim levels, options, and pricing. Luckily, they've updated their website, which has most of those important details, but they have left out some important details, such as what is the tongue weight capacity. Prior to today, there was a leak online that showed 1,110 pounds of tongue weight capacity, which will work for us, but I want to know the official stats to know for sure. The 1,100 pounds of towing capacity is fine. My trailer is only 7,000 pounds. They removed 1,000 pounds from the payload capacity that was announced at the unveiling event 4 years ago, which was 3,500 pounds, and now the payload capacity is 2,500 pounds. And luckily, those 2,500 pounds are still good enough for us. Our trailer tongue weight already uses up 1,100 pounds of that, so we'll have about 1,400 pounds of payload to work with in the rest of the truck. The second most important specification for us is range. We want the maximum range for towing our travel trailer, and their longest range model is what they're calling all-wheel drive, which is most likely dual motor, and only 340 miles of range for $80,000, which is really disappointing. I was hoping for 500 miles of range for that same price, or maybe slightly more. The nice thing about that price point, though, is that it will qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit, but for 160 miles less range than I was hoping for. Their website has a range extender option, which brings the range to 470 miles, which is much closer to their original estimate of 500 miles, and I'm totally happy with 470 miles. However, they don't have the price listed for that range extender, and it fits into the bed of the truck, so it's a direct hit to our payload capacity and the space in the bed of the truck. And then also, they don't say how much the range extender weighs. I do like that it can be purchased after the initial purchase, so it doesn't disqualify us from the $7,500 tax credit. I have an early first day reservation, but Tesla hasn't reached out to me yet to order my truck. So I'm going to continue getting additional information from those who are getting their trucks, and I'm sure the internet will be flooded with all kinds of stats sooner than later. With the information I have right now, I'm going to be ordering the all-wheel drive version, and we'll see how well that 340 miles of range works for us. Right now in our Model S, we're fine with about 3 hours of driving between breaks, and we can drive about 170 to 200 miles in that time. If the Cybertruck gets half its range while towing, then that is 170 miles while towing, and we can work with that, especially because when we're towing in the summer, I'll have some excess energy generated from our RV solar panels to send to the truck to add a little bit of range while we're camping. Perhaps we'll get the range extender, but luckily that's not a decision I have to make up front. I'm disappointed that the supercharging speed maxes out at 250 kilowatts like the other existing Tesla models. I had hoped it would charge faster than that, but I still have some hope that they'll unlock faster supercharging speeds with a future software update and the Gen 4 superchargers. For what it's worth, 250 kilowatts is significantly faster than our current Model S that peaks out at 130 kilowatts for like less than a second and then quickly lowers below 100 kilowatts now that it has 135,000 miles on it. I wasn't expecting them to have a dedicated stowed spare tire, but I was hopeful that they would have room enough for one under the bed in the underbed storage. But unfortunately, they don't. I'm very happy that they went with a NEMA 1450 outlet in the bed of the truck that supports the full 50 amps. I also like that there are two 20 amp standard household outlets in the bed of the truck, but I wish they had 2 on each side of the truck as well as some in the front. They do have 2 more in the cabin, which will be nice as well. I'm going to be using the NEMA 1450 outlet in the bed of the truck to send energy to our trailer when needed, and conversely, when we have excess energy in the trailer, I'll be sending that energy to the truck via the NEMA 1450 outlet I installed on my RV. It will be fun to experiment with. The biggest bummer for us is that they are not offering a 6-seat option, and now I'm going to have to try to figure out how to add that myself, which I would much rather not have to do. If you have any ideas or suggestions, please post those in the comments below. Also, I'd love to hear in the comments whether the Cybertruck would work for your use case and what options you would order it with. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.